Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. It's tillage time in Western Kentucky, and I'm out in the field with a brand new model year 2020 John Deere 8RX370 4-track tractor. This big tractor is working with a 40-foot wide Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar. This machine is working up 30-inch rows of soil where next year's corn crop will go into the ground. We're going to take a look at this big tractor and its application in strip till and controlled traffic farming. This is a brand new model that will be fully released in mid-year 2020, and this farm is having a demonstration opportunity with the new 4-track tractor to see how it might fit into their operation. My local John Deere dealer, Hudson Equipment Incorporated, brought the tractor out. We're going to take a look at its specifications as well as climbing up in the cab and talking with a farmer to see what he thinks about this new tractor. But first, let's head out to the field so you can see and hear this 8RX tractor in action. As the 8RX and the Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar move across the field, let's take a look at the results of what it's accomplishing. The primary goal here is to work up just the 30-inch spaces where the corn is going to be planted next spring. You can see in this double crop soybean field, there's a lot of bean residue and wheat straw to work through, and Galaxy does a nice job creating that seed bed. You can see the soil is loose and easy to crumble. This will be where the corn will be put next year, and this will help the ground warm up just in this strip next spring, have a good clean seed bed while having plenty of residue to hold the ground over the winter. John Deere will fully release the new 4-tracked 8RX fixed frame row crop tractor in mid-year 2020. There are 4 different models on the way, including a 310, 340, 370, and 410 engine horsepower tractor. There are 4 different tread settings available for the 8RX, including a 76, 80, 88, and 120-inch setting. There are 3 different track sizes also available for the new tractors, including an 18-inch track, which is well suited for row crop applications, a mid-range 24-inch track that is well suited for strip tillage and planting, as well as a 30-inch track, which is best set up for heavy tillage operations. This new 4-track fixed frame tractor offers a lot of advantages in the field. The 4 tracks increase the surface area of the tread rolling across the field, which allows for faster tillage applications and improved planting speeds, as well as increasing traction. It reduces compaction as the big tractor travels across the field. The 8RX tractor featured in this video is the Model 370 8RX. It's powered by a John Deere 9-liter, 549 cubic inch engine rated at 370 engine horsepower and 310 PTO horsepower. The 8RX370 tractor is available with two different transmissions. The standard transmission for this model is a John Deere E23 power shift transmission with 23 forward and 11 reverse speeds with a top road speed of 24.9 miles per hour. The optional transmission is a John Deere Auto Power IVT transmission, which offers infinite variable speeds up to 26 miles per hour. This tractor offers a 4-post suspended cab, a 225-gallon diesel fuel tank, and a 9.8-gallon diesel emission fluid tank, or DEF, for clean engine solutions. The standard weight of an 8RX370 track tractor is 43,000 pounds. John Deere has not released a list price yet for this new model. The tractor working in the field in this video is a pre-production machine, and we can probably expect to see additional pricing information on the 8RX series on johndeere.com in early 2020. Now that we've learned about some specifications of this tractor, let's climb up in the cab and visit with the farmer who's demonstrating this machine and learn about what he likes about the tractor and how it might fit into his controlled traffic farming practices. I'm up in the cab of the John Deere 8RX 370. This is the 4-track tractor. We're going across a double crop soybean field with a Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar. You can see here it's just working up the ground where the corn crop will be planted next year and leaving the rest of the field untouched. The farm is using an 8360 RT, just a few passes ahead, to put down a cover crop with the John Deere 1890 drill. And this is a controlled traffic field, so every machine that is running out here is on tracks and stays on the same 40-foot path throughout the growing season. I'm up in the cab here with Micah, who's the farmer. And Micah, what do you think of this tractor so far for your operation?
I like it so far. We normally pull this strip till machine with a 9460 RT. So this is essentially 90 horsepower less, and it's pulling just like the other tractor would. It's got plenty of power. It's a great ride. Got 24-inch tracks on this machine. I'm really impressed with it so far. It turns really well in the ends. It doesn't berm. Sometimes we're having trouble, and when the top of the ground's a little slick after the freezing and thawing with the 2-track machines, wanting to slide a little bit and spin on the turns, and we're not having that issue at all with this machine.
This tractor is running just over 7 miles per hour here in the field, and you definitely don't feel that implement back there, even though it's 40 feet wide.
No, you sure don't. I'm impressed with it.
We can take a look at the bogey wheels here from the operator's view. This is a very tight turning tractor. I've noticed this tractor doesn't really berm up like the 2-track models when it's turning.
Not at all, no. No, especially if the ground's a little loose on the 2-track machine, it will definitely berm on the ends. And this one, it looks just like you had a wheeled tractor out here turning.
So we can see again where the combine has gone and all the different planting passes over the year. You can see that this tractor is right in line with that. And this track setup really helps reduce that compaction over the field. So with this Blu-Jet Galaxy, how deep are you running in your furrows that you're creating out there?
It's typically about 7-8 inches deep. It's basically like an anhydrous mold knife that's being pulled to the soil. So we have Martin row cleaners in the front that does a really good job of cleaning, and then the mold knife, and then the healers behind it, then the basket to crumble up any clods that are left.
Now, do you run a deeper shank on the 2 passes where the tracks have gone?
You know, we've done that in the past. We actually worked with Blu-Jet, and they made some special shanks, like a ripper shank for us. But we came to find out that we didn't really need that. Sometimes we'll run a knife a little bit deeper, but we decided we did not need the ripper shank anymore.
Well, it looks like it's making a nice pass out here.
Yeah, and the cover crop that the other tractor's putting down, he's actually putting the cover crop right in between where my strips are. So we're only putting seed in between where I'm making these strips. So there's not any actual seed in this berm that I'm making.
Oh, that's a really good use of the inputs and very precise.
Yeah, we had to totally replumb the seeder in order to make that work, but and we have the hitch is guided on that machine, so it can move it over to where it needs to be. You know, there's the GPS antenna on it. When everything's working good, it works really well. Nothing's perfect, but we've had really good success out of this system.
Here we can see that tight turn again, and how the implement just trails right in there behind you. See how the auto guidance corrects the path of the tractor, and then it's right back to tillage.
Also, sometimes with the 2-track machine, if your tracks were a little slick on top, one of them would start slipping, and when it does, the tractor would get off its track. And we had some trouble with that yesterday, and I haven't had any trouble with that with this tractor. Only usually staying under 3% slippage right here. We like to stay definitely under 5. Once you start getting above 5, you start tearing up the ground, and sometimes you'll get off your track. And I've been watching this really close, and most of the time it's staying under 3%.
Well, it's just impressive that this is pulling what a 9RT can pull and just cruising across this ground. Now, you'd also mentioned you like the chair, and I had a chance to sit in it before, but I hadn't noticed that it has a foot peg here on the floor.
Yeah.
And you can actually tilt all the way around because we are in guidance, and you can watch what's happening on the implement back there.
Absolutely, yeah. This chair swivels around further, and I really like that because I spend a lot of time watching, the implement you're pulling. And when you swivel the other way towards you, it'll swivel further, and the actual armrest extends further away, so it doesn't hit the steering wheel.
Oh, that's nice. And you've got a lot better visibility here than you do when you're running articulated or the big 2-track 9RT.
Yeah, the implement is right behind you. You don't have as far to look back. I can see what it's doing a lot better.
We can see here that 3-point hitch lifting up as you come to an area you don't want to wash out, and it's extended farther back there, and it gives you good visibility of what's happening with that implement. Here we can see the tractor on auto guidance, and Micah will take over and get it on that next pass. Now, you also have boundary lines, 80-foot boundary on the field that you are trying to get that.
Yeah, it's represented right there by that yellow dotted line. We all of our end rows are guided. We have guidance on all of them, and we actually did that before John Deere gave you the option to create guidance off of your boundaries. But for the controlled traffic and strip till, that was needed. So yeah, everything is guided around the end rows as well.
It's definitely always neat to visit your farm because you have every square inch accounted for with these machines.
Well, thank you. It takes a lot of technology to make all this work, and we have a good dealership that we work with and have good support. But everything has to be working just right in order for this system to work like it should.
Up in the cab of the 8RX, the farmer mentioned that strip tillage is an important part of the controlled traffic farming practices he implements on his farm. Controlled traffic means that each piece of farm equipment through the growing season travels on the same course across the field. This limits the compaction to certain points. The tractors are very heavy, as well as the combines, and they can compress the soil and reduce the root growth of the plants. We'll be able to see from fall tillage all the way through next year's corn crop harvesting how this practice is implemented on the farm, and you'll see why this 8RX tractor would fit right into the operation. In the fall, after the soybean harvest, this farm begins preparing for next year's corn crop. They utilize a 360 horsepower, 2-track John Deere 8RX370 tractor pulling a 40-foot wide John Deere 1890 air drill to seed in a cover crop of rye. This rye crop will hold the soil over the winter and also return organic matter to the ground. The tractor is seeding with the drill 30-inch rows of rye, and then a strip tillage bar will come through and work up the other ground that is unseeded to prepare the soil for the corn crop. Following right behind the John Deere 8RT tractor and air drill is a 460 engine horsepower, 2-track John Deere 9460 RT tractor equipped with a 3-point mounted Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar. This implement is 40 feet wide, equipped with 16 row units. These row units dig anywhere from 7 to 9 inches deep, working up the soil just where next year's corn crop will be seeded. The spaces in between the tillage rows will emerge with that cover crop of rye to hold the soil, and next spring those rows will warm up a little bit faster and allow corn planting to start earlier. The strip till bar is a very effective tillage tool because it accomplishes the same things that a mulch ripper might do in the fall, working up the ground, and then a soil finisher running across the field in the spring to loosen up the soil. The strip till bar accomplishes that all in one pass and only working up the ground where the corn seed needs to go. In the middle of March in the next year, the farm returns to the field with a 345 engine horsepower, 2-track John Deere 8345 RT tractor pulling a 16-row John Deere 1795 corn planter. The tractor and planter follow the same pass as the John Deere 9460 RT tractor and Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar in the fall. When the corn begins to emerge from the soil and grow and the cover crop of rye is dissipating in the field, the farm returns with their John Deere 8RT tractors equipped with 40-foot wide toolbars that inject anhydrous ammonia as a nitrogen fertilizer in the ground, which will help the corn crop grow and produce a very good yield in the fall. Each of the tractors and implements that you have watched in the video so far, from tillage to planting and fertilizing, have used that controlled traffic pattern, following the exact same course as the machine before it. And the same event takes place in the fall during corn harvest. The farm utilizes a 400 bushel, 543 horsepower John Deere S690 combine equipped with a 40-foot wide John Deere 616C 16-row corn head. The combine follows that same path, harvesting the corn, and unloads on the go into a grain cart pulled by a 520 horsepower 4-track John Deere 9520RX narrow track tractor. The tractor will fill up with corn and then immediately pull away from the combine and set its course back on the controlled traffic pattern. After watching a complete growing season on this Western Kentucky farm utilizing the controlled traffic pattern, you can see where a John Deere 8RX 4-track tractor could be well suited for this operation, whether it's running a 24-inch track for strip tillage and grain carting or that 18-inch track for side dressing corn and planting it. This tractor will definitely meet the needs of the farm. Their main goal is to use horsepower to move the equipment faster across the field, but they also want to lighten up the machinery they're using so they're not compacting the soil, and the 8RX tractor would definitely meet all of those requirements. I hope that you've enjoyed spending time out on this Western Kentucky farm watching the new model year 2020 John Deere 8RX370 4-track tractor and the 40-foot wide Blu-Jet Galaxy Strip Till bar. It will be exciting to see more of these John Deere 8RX tractors as they head to the field in mid-year 2020 when they are fully released. If you would like to see more videos like this one, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. Make sure to click on the notifications bell as well so you'll know when the next Big Tractor Power video is released. New videos are coming out almost every day from the channel. If you have any questions or thoughts about this video, please leave them in the comment section below as I try to respond to every post that is made. If you would like to get a preview of what is coming up next on Big Tractor Power YouTube, make sure to check out Big Tractor Power Instagram, where I share pictures and short video clips of what is currently being filmed in the field. As always, thank you for watching.